Hey everybody, it's Becks from around the table, around the board, around the board with Becks. I know the title of this live stream. Uh, I have been a little here and there, a little wacky, a lot of stuff going on in life, but I'm always here to talk about board games. Always here to talk about board games. So, haven't seen Ron yet today, which is a fun time. I am always open to doing my own live streams all on my own, but would have been nice to have them. So let's get on to the usual, which is we're gonna start off with, as we do, we're gonna look at the. Can we make this? Can we swap this? My face doesn't have to be so big. Well, it's like I want my face there, but I don't want. Nope, that doesn't change anything. Okay, can we? Can that one go there? Okay, yeah. I'm liking this a bit better. Can I drag this one down here? Who knows? Okay, well, this is the life we live. We're just going to make this big. You're not going to see my face. I am very sorry, and I apologize to everyone who has to deal with this. So sorry. But we've gotten a lot of games in since the last time. Sorry for my phone going off. From the last time we chatted. Voodoo, I believe, with the Rick and Morty and Voodoo. These were the last couple that we saw last time. So let's jump into some of the new stuff that we just got into the library. So we've got Pergola here. This one just came out not too long. I mean, literally, 2025 it said. So this one's a very, very new one. It is so cute looking, and all of the components in it are so awesome looking. Look at these frogs. They're so cute. This one's by Rebel Studios, and they do a lot of really good games. I accidentally double-clicked that, and that is going to cause me problems. I realize now that without clicking here, without clicking there, I opened a new tab. Apologies, everyone. I will get back to the images. Pergola. Here's the frogs I was freaking out about. They are adorable, and I love them so much. If I drag this over here, it does everything I need it to do. Okay, cool. So these frogs are adorable, and that should be enough for you to want to come to page and play this game. That should be it. This one's done by Rebel Studio, and Rebel Studio is pretty well known for like Nemesis, K2. Nemesis is their big one. Nemesis being it's Alien without being Alien. But they also did Meadow, another one that I would like to get in the library. But I've heard Pergola is just about as good, and I am excited for it to be in the library. Such a pretty game. So we're going to go back to this collection. We're going to backspace a bunch because I clicked so many images to show you those cute little frogs. Done. Boop. Got to keep doing this. So next, what we got? Oh snap! This one, I believe the one we have in the library is called Booby Trap, but very. I mean, yeah, old school game. Old school, but in the best way. Very much. I don't think this is quite the copy we have, but it's around this, and obviously has this type of title. It's still not called Old Snap, but it's basically just this is pressing on all of the pieces that are in the box, in the container, and you're trying to take out pieces without like causing a problem and causing everything to explode. Classic game. Always great to have those. Speaking of which, I think the next one on the list is Jenga, which is obviously the most classic of classic games. It's a real Jenga. Weirdly, real Jenga, like actual Jenga printed by Jenga, because you get tumbling towers all the time with the we're gonna turn my face on because it feels really weird to just be talking and having a screen and nothing else. But it's real Jenga and not like tumbling towers when the Jenga blocks are actually not all the same shape inside. They're not uniform. Jenga actually has like irregularities in it, which is obviously kind of what makes the game the game. and a woman design game, which is great. Not a lot of those in the... Well, there's a lot of them, but obviously all industries are pretty male-centric when it comes to this hobby. Mega City Oceania, I actually don't know that one very well. I've seen it. I've definitely seen it. It's been around. It looks cool. I don't know much about Hub Games either. And I do love a good city builder. It does look really pretty. I do like that a lot. So I will be taking applications for people playing this game with me at page 3. You know, so if you're looking to figure out what this game is too, let's go. Let's play. We've got... What are we doing? Date added. Memoir 44. I do believe we had a copy of this in the library to begin with. Classic war game. But Days of Wonder, one of the ones that kind of put Days of Wonder on the map. But it's very... There's definitely levels to war games. There's the like top level, like big guns. Everything is just a square little chit that has all of the information on it, and it's a world map, and there's barely any divisions. And then Memoir 44 kind of bought what that was into a more like digestible, I want to say, space, which is really cool. And there's tons of it. There's so much of it. But if you like a classic war game, but you're not quite feeling good, getting fully in, which this is not like a thing that I am really... Oh, that's my screen. It's not really a thing that I'm well versed in. I'm not much of a war game person, but the historical war games people who come to Page, they're awesome, and they will like jump you in. Literally, I did like... Yeah, again, I don't play war games, but they had me playing a silly little jousting game. And the silly little jousting game was very fun. It had little like plastic guys from the ones you get like Michaels, you know, goofy little things. But gosh, it was a goofy fun game. They had the war playing game that they have, and they always have the Red Baron Snoopy there. It's always so fun. They are incredibly well versed, and I'm sure they could find you other games. Memoir 44 was just kind of one of those first ones to really bridge that gap between massive war game and like hobby Catan-esque board games, which is cool. Again, wouldn't say it's my jam, but I'm open. I'm open to ideas. I'm open to, you know, all sorts of stuff. I will play a game once. Only once. What else we got? So we were at Memory 44. Four Gods again. I don't know too much about this. It's hard to know everything. I'm sure even all of the TTRPG people that we have, it's impossible to know every TTRPG. You get an idea of them. You collect them. Maybe you've bought them, but you don't get a chance to play them. So Four Gods, not much. Andromeda's. Royals, though. Royals, I really like. So Royals has got a... hear people coming down the stairs as if they're telling me. Nope. Okay, never mind. Royals, I really like. This one's it's Arcane Wonders. It's a fairly like comparatively recent one, but it gives me real good like Ticket to Ride vibes, where it's really like really easy, really welcoming, but it is a like area control, like we're, you know, royals obviously splitting up like Europe basically, type of game, which is cool. So like if you're looking for that simple gameplay of kind of drawing cards to match colors to take over areas, create, you know, scoring opportunities and everything like that, Royals is so up your alley. I like this one a lot. It's really like 40-minute game maybe. Very good. Highly recommend Royals. Yeah. Hey, Rabbit Roll. How's it going? I feel like nobody has royaled. Let me get back into the thing. Beep, beep, beep. Ah. I'm gonna have to keep doing this because I'm screen sharing one screen and not a bunch. Spoils of War. So this is technically an unnotable game. Like there's not much to like talk about on this one, except for the fact that it is just Liar's Dice. And Liar's Dice is a classic game. You get a set of dice, you roll them face down in a cup, and secretively you know how many dice you rolled. And then you place bets on around the table under all of the hidden cups of everybody how many of a number. Like you could say, I think there's 1-1 at this table. You make that bet. And then the next person has to escalate, whether it's 2-1-2, so they can up the number, or they can up the, like 2 1s. And obviously they can escalate as far or as short as they want. And then at a certain point, somebody calls and says, there's no way that there's 5 6s on all of these cups. And you either lose dice for being wrong or for being wrong in the other direction. Somebody will lose dice. And it's just a, like, push your luck trying to survive last man standing type of game, which is really cool. It's a very good game. Spoils of War adds some extra scoring cards and some extra like powers and things that get done, but it's nice to have a Liar's Dice. Perudo is I think another version of what you might find Liar's Dice labeled as. It was really popular. The Pirates of the Caribbean movie had a Liar's Dice game in it, and some people were confused and some people weren't. I don't know. But it's very good. It's a very good game. So, Spoils of War. I heard Looney Tune Mayhem is good. I think it's a little fighting game, kind of like a it's very Unmatched-esque, except you're playing as all the Looney Tune characters, and you've got special spots, and you're just beating each other up. But it's Looney Tunes. Like, that's what you want. Hey, Lisa, how's it going? So yeah, if you're looking for just a funky, fun little war game, that's Looney Tunes Mayhem. We now have that added into the library as well. Back up here, we're going to check out some more games that have come into the library. Oh, yep, date added happened, and then so we've got G.I. Joe deck building game and the Power Rangers deck building game. I'm going to click on Power Rangers because I don't know anything about G.I. Joe. I'm really sorry. But Power Rangers, I know a bunch about Power Rangers. But both of them are deck building games done by Renegade Studios. So I think Dominion is the big one. But also like there's a lot of deck building games. There's so many deck building games. I don't know. I can't even name so many deck building games because there's just so many of them. But deck building game, you start with a small amount of cards. You buy more cards in attempts to get the most points by an end point. So in the Power Rangers ones, you're generally acting as Power Rangers, attempting to beat up stuff. You know, the huge. But really cool. Renegade just makes good games. Both are set. The Power Rangers and the G.I. Joe one are basically kind of like the same system. They also made the My Little Pony one and the Transformers deck building game. And all of them are like similar base with a little bit of extra added for the theme that it is. So if you're a Power Rangers fan or a G.I. Joe fan, you will enjoy, the game. They're really cool. I'm just generally a fan of deck building games. So, get back at it. Wish I didn't have to do this every time. What else are we at? So those were the deck building games. We've got Tracking the National Parks. It's a really cute one. These ones are, they have a couple of them. There's Trekking Through History, Trekking the World. There's other ones. There's probably other ones. But this one, very clearly, is national park themed. So each place on our map is going to be a national park. We get this really funky United States so that we can include Alaska and Hawaii, who have, turns out, a lot of national parks. But it's really cute. You get destinations and like places you want to go, resources you have to spend to get there. But especially a nice little hiker pieces. Really cute for those who like. I mean, Wingspan was huge, and so there are a bunch of nature themed games, which is cool because I like going out and hiking. Turns out some board gamers like staying in their house, and some of them also enjoy going out. Parks is a really good one. I like Parks a lot, especially the they're making a new one with new art, and the new art is great. It's beautiful. But the original one had the national parks poster art that I guess they had made a while ago, and they're beautiful. It looks so good, and the pieces are really cute and nice. I like that game. I forget. I don't think we have a Parks in the library. We should get one. It's a good game. It's a good game. Speaking of good games, we just got the Fury of Dracula. We got the first edition, so it is going to be a little bit different than some of the newer editions. But even that, some of the newer editions I don't even think are available right now, just because they aren't available right now. But Fury of Dracula is a classic. It is a classic hidden movement, one versus many game. So in Fury of Dracula, somebody is Dracula. They're roaming the countryside, Transylvanian countryside, attempting to kill as many people as they can. And then the rest of the players are vampire hunters. They're Dracula hunters. They're attempting to catch Dracula. Dracula moves on the board, so there is a map. I clicked on really the wrong image to show off this. Okay. So, Dracula is in one of these spots. He is always on the board. And at least in the edition I played, his location, he isn't a piece on the board. You can't see him, hence the hidden movement. But he has cards that basically say, I was in Paris, France. And then, he has to move along the roadways and stuff. But, the next one would be like, okay, cool, I moved into, Spain from there or something. I don't know where all of these places are. So he's moving secretively through. The only times that he reveals himself is if he ever crosses water, because Dracula famously has a hard time going across waterways. And otherwise, the travelers, the hunters, are just going around Europe and trying to find clues, basically, of okay, yeah, Dracula was here, a bunch of people have been bitten. So at some point in his travels, he was here, and there's only so long of a trail. I think it's 6 cards before it gets revealed where he was. So they're trying to pin him down, because if they end up in the same spot as Dracula, they fight and attempt to kill Dracula. And there's basically kind of a rock paper scissors game that goes on, but it's really cool. So if you knew that Dracula was up here, that he could only move to 3 spaces. Well, that does not zoom any more than it did previously. But if he's up in the north, and that he was up in the north 2 turns ago, you can kind of backtrack the only places he could have gone. He can't. He only has one of each location, so he can't double back into a place until it's been long enough. So you can also kind of be like, well, if he came from this way, it's a really cool deduction game and a hide and seek game. I highly recommend checking out Fury of Dracula. It's super cool that we have one in the library. Page 3. Could happen. Let's see. Boop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. We've got a loading screen. Oh no, I clicked too much. I did the reverse. Okay, cool. Okay, we've got Apollo, a game inspired by the NASA missions, which is really cool, because this one does actually they did a really good job of making this really look like the NASA, I don't know, getting that vibe down. I have not played this one yet, but it is literally just kind of there's a flight crew, there's the people, the scientists, the NASA scientists that are in, on Earth, basically. And it's this communication game of, basically because the communication takes so long. It was really cool. It was really interesting. Again, one that I would like to get a chance to play, but haven't yet. My hair is being a mess. So, again, in the library. This one, Buffalo Games, Buffalo and Pandasaurus. Buffalo does some really good stuff. Really good quality things for a pretty low price, which doesn't matter to you because you're getting in a free library. But just really good games. You've probably seen it at Target. They're really big at Target. Not that you should get things at Target. You should get things at friendly local game stores, like our supporting retailers. We've got plenty of them, and they're very good stores. I have been to almost all of them. Not all of them, but almost all of them. We've got, so, Potato Pirates. I actually don't know anything about Potato Pirates. Just Potato Pirates, apparently. Munchkin Cthulhu. It's Munchkin. It's a goofy little card game. And it's got a Cthulhu theme. But we do have Mastermind, another classic in the same line as Booby Trap and Jenga. And this one is famously, I mean, it's Wordle. You know, like this is what Wordle is based on. It's just in this case, it is instead marbles instead of words. And you're just trying to guess the combination with the person marking, correct space or correct color, wrong space, stuff like that. Literally just if you wanted a cool history on like what is Wordle and like some of the things that come from that. We've got history. We've got old games. If Ron was here, he would be so mad about me just complaining about all the old games, but sometimes they're good. Sometimes old games. What are we at? What are we doing? So we've got I think I've only got a few more that we added that I could even talk about. Labyrinth, classic game, classic. You've probably seen this one now just because it is like literally they have a Pokemon Labyrinth, they have a Despicable Me Labyrinth. Oh yeah, I love space. Space is like my favorite theme. Nature and space, which I guess, like, I mean, technically when you think about it, they're only separated by like a real thin layer of nothing, so I guess it's about the same. But Labyrinth, super simple game. You are pawns on a labyrinth and you have the option to shimmy the walls. Yeah, I actually, it is currently, sorry, Lisa was asking if I have played the SETI board game. And let me do my usual. I'm going to slip away from this camera. Yeah. Drop my headphones. So this is one I definitely do want to get for the library because it is very interesting. So SETI being search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Extraterrestrial intelligence. I know how to make a acronym. But it's a really neat game. The main thing being, well, we're looking for aliens and the aliens are out here. But this inner board actually rotates. So you're shooting off satellites in an attempt to get to planets and different information from different outer nebula and stuff. But based on like obviously planetary movement and stuff, you going straight line here sometimes doesn't always end up that way because, the board rotates and now you're straight lines here, or it rotates again and now you're over here. It's really cool. It's a really interesting one. It is heavy, both physically and the cards. The gameplay of this one is, what's it called? Multi-use cards. That's the word I'm looking for. So each card in your hand can simultaneously the resources you need to build satellites and rockets and everything else. It's also extra special actions that you could take. It's also the way that you move the satellites. So you have to choose. It's a choose wisely what you're using a card for, because it is basically everything you could do in the game. I like that because it's a cool strategy and also kind of keeps everything a little bit more less fiddly. I don't have resources and cards and this, and I have one thing. It makes the game a bit more tight because I only have 5 cards instead of 5 resources, 5 cards, 5 movement points, 5 but it keeps everything all in one spot. I don't know. It can be overwhelming to some, but I really enjoy it. SETI's great. Let's talk to Ron about getting that one in the library because I do like that one. Mine is a little ripped, but I am never against a slightly blemished game. I don't know. I feel like breaks in games add character. Now it's like that's my game. That's my game. But yeah, just going back to Labyrinth, you can in this game you can actually like take pieces out of Labyrinth. So you could take like this piece. Oh yeah, you can't even see my mouse. You could take a piece out of the Labyrinth, like a one row, take that piece out and then shove it into the other side and slide the whole piece, that whole row or column of the labyrinth. And obviously that will mix up how the paths work and where you can get to, blocking people in, or, you know, giving you access to something you didn't have before. Labyrinth's a real cute one. It's not, you know, it's not a SETI, it's not a Catan, but it's a classic kids game. For sure. For sure. Where are we at? I think I had one last one that I want to talk about that we got new. I want to talk about Knights of the Dinner Table. Is this is a like a real crossover of all, but if you're a classic TTRPG, classic board game nerd, Knights of the Dinner Table, sorry, which is still an ongoing comic, but it was, you know, it's a classic hobby gaming comic that came out in a magazine. My brain can't. It might be Knights of the Dinner Table. It might just be the magazine, but it comes with the cartoon and everything. And like, so this is just a classic classic type game. I have not played it. It's clearly supposed to be humorous. So Orcs at the Gate, I do think that, yeah, like we're playing as the characters in the comics, not heroes or anything, and then obviously attempting to get her orcs. So again, another like classic history of the tabletop type of game. Let me see. We're gonna search. Do I have Parks in here? I do. We do have Parks. Parks is amazing. Parks is so good. Yeah, these are actually, I think these are the new ones. No, that might be the classic. No, yeah, that's the classic cards. Like I said, they're redoing the art, but it doesn't change anything. It's such a beautiful game. And then, yeah, you, wonder if I can get, like, a... Yeah. So, like, in this game, you're hikers, so your little guys are... I wonder if I can... How much can I zoom in on this image? Ooh, a lot. Okay. So that bottom part of the board, where there's like sun and raindrops, there's basically a trail that you can wander around on, and you can go as far as you want on that trail. You could literally go all the way to the back of the board, but every spot you stop on, you pick up a resource, and resources are then used to go into the parks, which are those cards at the top of the screen. So like that one requires 2 red mountains and 4 water, I think I can count. So you'd want to go along the trail in a way that got you those things, because those are the ways that you get points. You can take pictures. There's all sorts of cute, fun, like themed things you can do in this one. And like all of the national parks are a card, and like again, those illustrations are beautiful. Also the token trays. Oh, you can't actually see my mouse. The token trays are part of the game. This mat is not, but the token trays are part of the game, and you get these beautiful wooden tokens, and they feel like a real like natural wood, which is nice. Sometimes like meeples and like cubes are really painted over, so you don't really get that like wood finish. These ones are almost like stained instead of painted, which is cool. But they come out great. They look beautiful. So yeah, Parks in the Library, good game. Highly recommend it. If you see me and I'm not like, you know, running around like a crazy person with my head cut off, I could probably teach you this game. Let's see. What else? Said he would be. Actually, we're gonna start a wish list. I'm not adding it to the collection, but we're gonna put it on our wish list. Cool. Nope. Yeah, said he would be a great one to get into the library. It has these really cool point tokens. Also, CGE, which is really cool. They're doing so all of these pieces are called they're not actually plastic, except for those data discs, which like they couldn't do much about. But the other player pieces, these ones that look like they're almost like plastic little meeple pieces, are actually wood. They're doing like a new set where it's like re-wood, where they're like kind of compacted and made into a shape like this. So like instead of cubes, you get these. It's really cool and environmentally friendly, which is neat. I'm trying to think of what else we got. Did we talk about? We're not looking in board games anymore. We're looking in Together Studios, because I know that we got these guys coming in. The one I know them for is Cool. I forget if we talked about these guys, but I do love this packaging and everything. It looks so good. The art on the cards, insane. These guys are going to be coming to Page. We just announced one of the owners as a special guest. I forget if the other owner is also going to be making it as a special guest, but still all the same. Really nice stuff. And that is another one that, like, the art in this one is just gorgeous. They make some beautiful looking games, and not even including the fact that it comes with this like beautiful board. Great stuff. Let's see what else we've got from them, because I know they did do the Adventure Zone. I don't know much about the Adventure Zone. I'm sure all you know way more than I do, but they did the Adventure Zone game. It's got Adventure Zone things, I'm gonna say. Sorry that I don't run those posses very often, but super cool that we're gonna have them there at the show. I'm trying to think if we have anything else. Probably would have gone a little longer had I had a co-host, but I guess I didn't. Did we get any other cool board game related? I know we're in talks to get. It's not Alchemists. What's the name of the? Oh. I should come prepared to these things. Probably. Let's see. We're gonna go off script. Is that cool? Am I logged in? I hope I'm logged in. What is the name of the game? It's a green. Oh. I don't think it's these guys. It is not these guys. What am I thinking? Oh, it's Alchemical Overload, isn't it? Chemical Overload. I don't know why. Cool. Look at it. Okay, we're gonna share a different screen to make this more interesting. But I think we're in talks with getting these guys on the show, because obviously I need co-hosts, I need guests. But Chemical Overload, this one is one of our guests, actually. This is their the beta version of. Can I play a solo game in this? I cannot. Let's watch a game. So I'm popping on somebody else's game because I'm not going to play a game right now, unless anybody wants to play a game right now, because this is free and you can actually just play it. But really neat game. These guys show up at the show every year. They've been every year since I've seen it. Yeah, actually, they've been here every year. Really cool game. You're deck building, so we've got a bunch of different ingredients for our potions that are going to be in our deck, much like we were talking about the Power Rangers. We've got a bunch of flasks, because obviously you can't just make a potion in your hands. That's silly. You have to make it in a bottle. So you're building a deck of resources of different chemical ingredients, building a deck that also has potion bottles to put those in, and then making these potions that'll give you all sorts of ridiculous, super fun powers that you can, like just kind of really makes the deck building part. It's really cool. It's really fun. Trying not to get your toxin levels too high, all sorts of stuff. If you haven't had a chance to sit down and play this one at a page, it's definitely worth sitting down and trying. I really enjoy it. They do have this beta version on Board Game Arena. Board Game Arena is generally free to play. Sometimes you can't start your own game. You have to join somebody else's random, like you can't invite somebody. But otherwise, it's usually free. And you get a chance to play the game before you buy it. Which is really cool. We have tons of amazing board game people coming to this show. Yeah, I honestly don't got much else to talk about. I think we are going to stop sharing my screen. But yeah, thank y'all for showing up. Sorry that we didn't have too many other people on here chatting. But this is your usual. Oh yeah, I still have this showing. This is the usual catch up of the things that are being added to the board game library. Some of the stuff we're working on towards getting Page into a more board game friendly space. Get more into our library, more events. I know we've got a bunch of people adding in events for board games, which is really nice. Thank you guys so much. So any board game you want to play, anything you see in the library, let us know. We can see about making sure that it's available for a certain time that you want to make an event. Gold badge holders, I do believe, are available to start applying to the tickets for the events. So if you're gold badge holder, go check out the events. We will soon be opening those up for everybody else, and just make an event. Make it it doesn't cost anything. Literally, just if you want to play Catan with people, anybody, make an event. Go into tabletop events, grab an event, make an event, play games with people, bring games. Obviously, we have our free library so that there's no pressure for you to bring your own games, but bring whatever you want. Tabletop Events also has a full list of our free board game library. So obviously, if we do get SETI into the library, you don't have to bring your own copy. You can use the copy from the library. We do have Wingspan. We do have Finspan. Going to work on getting a Wormspan because I know people like dragons, it turns out. And yeah, super excited to see you all at Page and play board games. And yeah, anytime you want to suggest board games for the library, we take donations. We got so many great donations. Thanks everybody that is donating to the library. It really helps because obviously, yeah, Power Rangers and G.I. Joe deck builders are good games. I might not have put budget that we had towards those games, and now we have them, which is really cool. I'm so excited. And some of those were donations from from some of our supporting retailers. Again, I highly recommend checking out supporting retailers. A lot of the ones that I shop at all of them all the time. So local game stores are great. You'll find so many good deals. You'll find so many just amazing people. Shop local in general, but our supporting retailers are really good places to shop local. And what else was there? I feel like I had more things to spout on about, but maybe I don't. Who knows? Play board games. I like board games, if it wasn't aware. So I'll catch you all later. Thank you so much. Guys, have a good night.